Cells. What are the groups of organisms that are included?
Plants, animals, protists.
And then animals. Okay? These are the four kingdoms, right? Kingdom Protista, fungi. Monera is exclusively prokaryotic. Prokaryotic. The cells which are eukaryotic comes under these four kingdoms, right? That is Kingdom Protista. The members belonging to it are known as protists. Fungi, Kingdom Fungi, and then Plantae, plants, Animalia, animals, right? They're all eukaryotic. They all consist of eukaryotic cell types, right? Now, we spoke about the non-membrane bound cell organelles which are present in plants are ribosomes. They are also present in animal cells, but apart from that, the cell organelles which are unique to animal cells are
Cell wall.
animal cells. Animal cells में
And nuclear as well.
centrosome. Centrosome is a cell organelle which is unique to them, okay? Which is absent in plant cells, whereas in plants plastids are present. And what else? Cell wall and vacuoles. Okay? What are all these? These are nothing but the cell organelles. So this is how we define eukaryotic cells as a cell which has well-defined membrane-bound cell organelles. They are said to be your eukaryotic cells. Clear?
Yes.
Sorry? Repeat the statement for the eukaryotic cell. The cell which consists of well-defined membrane-bound cell organelles.
Eukaryotes. Eukaryotes.
Are known as eukaryotic cells. Okay? Now, a difference is also that ATS type of ribosomes are present in only eukaryotic cells, that too exclusively in the cytoplasm. Okay? Now, in ribosomes, we spoke about the subunits. So, the two subunits, the larger and the smaller, it will be 60, 40, whereas in 70S type, it will be 50 and 30S. Now, this S is nothing but sediment. The larger subunit in 70S type of ribosomes would be, yeah, that's what. We don't add it this way. It is on the basis of the sedimentation coefficient. Okay, now I'll be explaining that. Swedberg's unit sedimentation coefficient, right? Sedimentation process, everybody knows it, in a mixture when we let it stay still. Okay? The sediments, they settle, okay, on the basis of their weights. Just like that, when we centrifugate a cell, so इसके different cell organelles, they settle at different levels. So when we are talking about ribosomes exclusively, we look at the sedimentation scale where they stop. The larger subunit of 70S type of ribosomes stops at 50 Swedberg's unit. That means the sedimentation coefficient. That's why the two subunits, 50S and 30S, it's not that we add both of them and then we'll get 70S. It's not that. Okay? In here also we'll get 100 if we add it, but it is not so. 80s has the largest subunit with the value 60s, and the smaller one 40s. Am I clear? Now, moving on to the cell membrane of the eukaryotic cell, is it different from that of prokaryotic cell? Is the cell membrane of eukaryotic cells different from that of prokaryotic cells? Good. No. Who is saying no and who is saying yes? And why? We discussed it just a few moments back. The cell membrane of eukaryotes and prokaryotes is the same. That is lipid bilayer. Understand this thing that a human RBC, we took that and the plasma membrane of human RBC was studied and the most accepted fluid mosaic model was given by the two scientists by the name Nicholson. Before this model, there were many other models proposed by many of the scientists by the names. The most earliest one to be as the unit model, then came the sandwich model, and then finally the fluid mosaic model, which is the most accepted because of the way which is it is being explained. ठीक है, किसमें हुआ था स्टडी? कौन से सेल में? ह्यूमन आरबीसी के प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन को स्टडी करके दे गेव दिस मॉडल. हाउ इज इट? इट इज बेसिकली लिपिड बाइलेयर. These are the polar heads of the lipids, okay, which are hydrophilic. They have affinity towards water. Water loving. Water fairy. Affinity towards water. Okay? Polar heads. That is the reason they are placed directing the cytoplasm, right? This is a membrane. RBC is a cell. Cell is in the plasma, which is again having water consistency, water in it. So it has affinity towards water. That is why it is exposed to water. इसके ये साइड अगर हम लोग RBC की बात करेंगे तो it is surrounded with the plasma. ठीक है, water, 90% water, affinity towards water. In here, अभी एक RBC है, इसका इतना पोर्शन कट करके या फिर जूम इन करके हम लोग देख रहे हैं. ठीक है, यहाँ पर क्या होगा? उसके बाहर serum, the plasma, but inside of it will be cytoplasm, right? Cytoplasm. The mature human RBC What is its shape? Biconcave, good. And it is enucleate. It is enucleate, but it does have cytoplasm, right? It does have it. So both the sides, ठीक है, एक membrane है उसके this side and the other side as well. There is water content, ठीक है. Inside is the cytoplasm, outside is the extra, cellular, जो भी बोलेंगे, cellular material, right? Now, that is why the polar heads are placed in this way, directing towards the outside the cell or inside the cell. Now, talking about the tails. These are hydrophobic, non-polar. Hydrophobic tails, and they are non-polar. Right? That's why they are directed towards the inside. Okay? Now, in between there is presence of proteins. There are two types of proteins. Extrinsic intrinsic, also known as integral, superficial or surface proteins. ठीक है? Why are they named so? On the basis of ease of extraction. जो ज़्यादा आसानी से निकल जाता वो superficial रहता. That's why surface proteins. ठीक है? Surface proteins. Understand this thing. आपका जो plasma membrane है, it consists of 52%.
Plasma.
52% protein, 40% lipids, isn't it? Right? I hope I'm right with the ratio. Yeah. 52% proteins and lipids. So, how are they arranged is what I'm representing in here. आपके lipids ऐसे arrange होंगे in bilayer, meaning two layers, up and down, the tails facing towards one another. Two types of proteins, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic, because they are embedded deep inside, their extraction will be difficult when compared to the superficial proteins, right? इसीलिए वो लोग को इंट्रिंसिक प्रोटीन बोलेंगे, ये लोग को एक्सट्रिंसिक या फिर सरफेस प्रोटीन बोलेंगे. These are integral proteins. ठीक है? Now, fluid mosaic model, what does it say is that it focuses on one of the properties of plasma membrane, which is fluidity. We know that the plasma membrane or the cell membrane, it is selectively permeable, isn't it? Is selectively permeable, right? Now, how is the property of fluidity being defined? The proteins can exhibit lateral movement, whereas the lipids, they can flip-flop. Okay? Because of which substances can move across the membrane. Now, remember one thing, non-polar substances cannot cross the plasma membrane. The reason being, the non-polar, the polar substances cannot pass through the membrane. क्यों? क्योंकि आपके जो non-polar tails है, they will not be able to pass through them. Okay? Then comes the role of proteins. Facilitate हो जाता वो लोग का. अगर ज़रूरी है वो चीज़ cell के लिए, so they come inside of the cell through facilitated diffusion. Clear? Now, The selectively permeable character of the cell membrane is because of this particular arrangement of proteins and lipids. ठीक है? How many types of movements? Now remember the year 1972. ठीक है? This model was proposed in the year 1972. It is important for you people to be knowing that. Now, see, types of transport. Now that we are talking about movement of substances in and out of the cell, there are two major types: passive and active. Right? Passive means there is no energy expenditure. Clear? Active means there is energy expenditure of energy. Passive में 3 types हो सकते हैं. What are they? Good. Diffusion. Remember, facilitated diffusion is also, non-energy requiring process. Am I clear? It does not require energy. If expenditure of energy doesn't take place during facilitated diffusion. Clear? Now, that's why I wrote them under passive, right? Only in active transport, expenditure of energy takes place. Now, जी किसमें? Good question. What do you think it can be?
Osmosis is semi-permeable.
A membrane is required, and osmosis in the living system mostly is seen of water. ठीक है? Movement of water जब हम लोग define कर रहे through selectively permeable membrane, then it is termed as osmosis. Talking about diffusion, it is basically purely on the presence of gradient. ठीक है? High to low concentration. Now, facilitated diffusion in spite of the gradient being formed. ठीक है? अगर वो polar है, so it has to be facilitated. That is done with the help of your proteins. Carrier proteins रहते हैं, right? They help to let in the substances or let out the substances in and out of the cell. That is nothing but your facilitated diffusion. Clear? Good. Now, flip-flop movement या फिर quasi-fluid nature of the lipids. Quasi-fluid nature of the lipids. These two properties are defined as the fluidity of the membrane, their moving properties. Proteins being able to move laterally, okay, and your lipids being able to flip-flop, flip and flop, right? So that is nothing but, fluid property, fluidity is what we define it as, those two functions of the plasma membrane, okay. So on the basis of that, this model was proposed, okay. The ability to move within the membrane. अगर आप लोग को लिखना ही है, the definition for fluidity, it is there in your NCERT as well. You can note it down or mark it. Okay. The movement or the ability to move within the membrane is measured as its fluidity. Now, the polar molecules, they cannot move through the non-polar lipid bilayer. We spoke about it. Why? Okay. Because polar, it will have affinity towards these polar heads, and they will not be able to further move inside of the membrane to be able to pass through. ठीक है? जो polar substances आएंगे वो लोग यहीं पर bind कर जाएंगे और they will react with them. वहीं पर रुक जाएंगे तो आगे बढ़ेंगे ही नहीं ना. That's the reason polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar bilipid layer. ठीक है? Proteins throughout तो नहीं रहेंगे ना. Now, the fluid nature of the membrane, why is it important? It is important for the functions like cell growth. Cell growth के लिए ज़रूरी है. Cell division. Again, formation of intracellular junctions. Formation of intercellular junctions. ठीक है. Secretion, cell division. Cell division. Now there comes a term जिसको हम लोग बोलेंगे endocytosis. There is also a term exocytosis. ठीक है. Now what does this mean? You people need to just understand. Endocytosis मतलब endocytosis, inside of this cell something is being taken. ठीक है. Cell eating या फिर cell drinking, depending on whatever the cell is doing. It is terms though. Endocytosis is, अगर बहुत ही आपको समझने के लिए एक वर्ड चाहिए तो it is nothing but engulfing. ठीक है. Engulfing it with the water or the food substances. ठीक है. Phagocytosis is cell eating, which we have learned, a lot of times is when we talk about amoeba. Penocytosis is nothing but cell drinking. अगर हम लोग common words में बोलना चाहे तो penocytosis. Function हो रहा ना बेटा. Cell membrane है शाना. Cell membrane आपका अमीबा में समझो आप. Extend हो रहा. Extend होके it is engulfing the food. That is endocytosis. Penocytosis वही अगर पानी को अंदर ले रहा अपने अंदर. In general कुछ भी अंदर ले रहा endocytosis. Food है तो phagocytosis, penocytosis अगर पानी है तो. ठीक है. Exocytosis is cell vomit. It is nothing but cell is expelling out something from within. ठीक है. उसको exocytosis बोलेंगे. Right? क्या बोलेंगे? Exocytosis. I hope I'm pretty clear so far. Any minor doubts can ask. Any doubts? No? Rasheen? Sleeping? No? Take that finger out. Now, talking about cell wall. Is plasma membrane a living membrane? Yes, it is living. ठीक है? It is a living membrane. That is the reason it exhibits the property of selective permeability. ठीक है? Now that we are going to talk about the cell wall, it is rigid and non-living, and therefore it is freely permeable membrane. ठीक है? Freely permeable. It will let in anything and everything. ठीक है? Freely permeable is your cell wall. Now, cell wall is present in
Plants. Plants है.
Sorry, plants.
Plants है.
Complex.
Yeast.
what are the compositions that we spoke about?
Cellulose, fatty, cellulose.
Plants. prokaryotic and eukaryotic, right? Now, talking about the cell wall, its location is above the cell membrane. This is your cell membrane and this will be your cell wall. ठीक है? Fungi में होगा, plants में होगा. Now, when we are talking about plant cell wall, ठीक है? We'll also be looking at the algal cell wall, the composition in plant cell wall का. There is primarily formation of primary cell wall. Primary cell walls formation takes place. Okay? These are the cell wall formation process. ठीक है? पहले सेल में listen, a plant cell is dividing. ठीक है? Cell plate method. Cell plate में basically आपका cell wall, cell membrane तो पहले बनता ही, उसके बाद cell wall बनता, right? Phragmoplast. इसमें होता क्या? सबसे पहले आपका primary cell wall बनता, ठीक है? Primary cell wall is capable of growth, ठीक है? And it extends. As it matures, it will give rise to secondary cell wall, ठीक है? Meanwhile, after primary cell wall, it gets destructed. It no more exists. Forming secondary cell wall, ठीक है? That will persist. Secondary cell wall. Now, tertiary cell wall is formed in very few structures, ठीक है? Not in all the plant cells, right? Now, in between two cell walls, two primary cell walls, you can say, दो cells बन रहे हैं ना, एक cell, वो एक cell. There is middle lamella, ठीक है? Which acts as a cementing membrane. Am I clear? So, the cell wall of the young cell, that is the primary cell wall, it is capable of growth and it gradually diminishes as the cell matures. Am I clear? Now, and the secondary cell wall is formed towards the cell membrane, okay, on the inner side of the membrane. Now, the middle lamella is a layer mainly of calcium, good, calcium pectate. There are no cellular junctions in plant cells, right? Like those present in animal cells. तो एक टिश्यू में जब एक प्लांट टिश्यू होगा तो सेल्स उसके साथ कैसे रहेंगे जुड़े? It is because of the presence of your plasma middle lamella, ठीक है? Whereas in animal cells it will be due to intercellular junctions. हम लोग देखें ना tight gap junctions, इसकी वजह से tissues form होते हैं साथ में रहते cells. Clear? So middle lamella, calcium pectate. Clear? Now, algal cell wall is made up of it is a eukaryotic cell, right? Cyanobacteria. Its nickname is blue-green algae due to the misconception in the classification system. उसको blue-green algae बोले, but it is not technically an alga. It is a bacteria, ठीक है? क्योंकि it is photosynthetic, उसको alga समझते थे. That is blue-green algae, but actually it is cyanobacteria, ठीक है? So it cannot have peptidoglycan as its cell wall composition. Am I clear? तो सेल्यूलोज दोनों में ही होगा, ठीक है? प्लांट एंड algal सेल वॉल कॉम्पोजिशन देख रहे हैं हम लोग. प्लांट्स में क्या क्या होंगे? सेल्यूलोज, गैलेक्टिन्स, सेल्यूलोज, गैलेक्टिन्स, मेनान्स and कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, ठीक है, CaCO3. Whereas in plants it is cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and proteins, right? These are important. These have been asked as the MCQs in the previous years. Okay? Algal cell wall compositions, galactans, mannans, cellulose and calcium carbonate, whereas in plants, cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and proteins. Clear? Done. Cell wall. Now, these are the components. They are just present in the algal cell wall. Okay? Now, a question. These are the two plant cells, right? Respective cell walls. जो पहला मैं draw करी, that was the cell membrane, right? All the other organelles are present. ठीक है, vacuoles just in order for you people to be making out as plant cells. A question: will there be exchange of substances between two cells? Yes. So how will it happen? Sorry, no.
Reads like
Color, good.
linkage.
See, cell wall is dead. ठीक है, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन्स दोनों के बीच में जो बहुत मेजर ऑब्स्टिकल है, नॉन लिविंग मेम्ब्रेन. एक तो मिडिल लामेला विच इज अ कैल्शियम पेक्टेट, उसके बाद इट इज अ सेल वॉल विच इज डेड. सो बेसिकली देर इज नो मीटिंग ऑफ द साइटोप्लाज्म्स. हम लोग जंक्शंस में देखे थे कि कहीं ना कहीं आपके साइटोप्लाज्म्स आर इन कॉन्टैक्ट विथ वन अनदर एनिमल सेल्स में. बट यहाँ पर there is presence of a connection जिसको plasmodesmata बोलते हैं. Plasmodesmata, it is nothing but the cytoplasmic connection between two plant cells which helps in exchange of substances. Sorry, हाँ, two plant cells, तो ही intercellular होगा ना, inter between two things. Inter, this and that room. Intra within the same cell, या फिर same room, within a single unit. Clear? This was about the cell wall. Now, talking about the endomembrane system. What are the cell organelles which are, present under endomembrane system?
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Good.
Golgi apparatus.
Good.
Lysosomes. Vacuole.
Good. Why are they said as the endomembrane system?
Membrane mount structures.
Sorry.
Their functions are coordinated together at the.
Good. The book is open, isn't it? But remember whatever you're saying. Endomembrane system में कौन-कौन से cell organelles आएंगे?
Endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, vacuoles, Golgi apparatus.
Talking about endoplasmic reticulum, it is of two types. Smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is rough because of the presence of ribosomes, right? So its major function would be production of proteins. Okay? Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, its major function is production of lipids and steroids. Okay? Lipids synthesis. Now, apart from these, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In muscles, it is also known as sarcoplasmic reticulum. In muscles, it is known as sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay, whereas in the rough endoplasmic reticulum in a neuron,
Neuroplasm.
is in the form of Nissl granules. Okay, it is said that Nissl granules are the remnants of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Know that. जी नहीं, अगर होगा मसल सेल्स में रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम होगा, बट जो स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम है, व्हाई इज इट गिवन एज द सार्कोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम? बिकॉज इट स्टोर्स कैल्शियम and it is an ion which plays a major role in contraction and relaxation of the muscles, right? So that's why we specifically talk about the modified form of SER, that is in the muscle cells in the form of sarcoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Neurons में Nissl granule. अब रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम का फंक्शन क्या है?
Synthesis of proteins.
Synthesis of proteins and also provides the structural framework. क्यों? क्योंकि it is something continuous with the nuclear membrane. ठीक है? Understand this thing. आपका ये nuclear membrane है. से continuous is your rough endoplasmic reticulum. ठीक है? It is also said that it goes and meets the cell membrane. Okay, that's the reason it provides the structural framework of the entire cell. Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum का एक function ये भी होगा, right? And smooth endoplasmic reticulum का क्या होगा? डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन ऑफ ड्रग्स. ठीक है? अब स्टेरॉयडल हॉर्मोन्स जो होंगे, विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट इट इन एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम when we'll be talking about hormones and hormone action, their releasing and everything else. वहाँ पर I will be asking it again. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it also synthesizes the steroidal hormones, meaning lipid soluble hormones. Clear? Right? Steroids, sex hormones which are lipid soluble, smooth endoplasmic reticulum में synthesize होते हैं, right? 2-minute break. You can pause the video. The video went or continue? Is the endoplasmic reticulum clear? It's clear. Now, a reason why it is termed as endomembrane system is that structurally they are different. Okay, they're not similar structure wise, but the functions that they do are interdependent. They are dependent with respect to their functions on one another. That's why they are studied as one system. Endomembrane reason being they are, byproduct of the same membrane, that is the inner membrane. Aapka nuclear membrane is giving rise to rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is further giving rise to smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which is further modified and forming your Golgi apparatus. From that, no, the lysosomes are formed, and then in the cells, that is your plant cells, vacuoles are formed, right? Now, moving on to the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, it has disc-like structures. जिसको हम सिस्टर्न बोलेंगे. right? Now, cistern has two phases.
Cis and trans.
Good. Cis phase and the trans phase. You know? Cis phase or the concave or the forming phase. Right? Cis is the convex. Sorry. It is the convex phase. Convex phase, okay, or the forming phase. This would be your trans phase, trans or concave, or the maturing phase. The simplest I can put it into words is that there is a factory by the name endoplasmic reticulum. वहाँ पर lipids और proteins आपके बन रहे हैं, the facility of packaging. So it has hired a different company for packaging. So from the endoplasmic reticulum, the lipids and proteins, they are sent to the Golgi apparatus, that is the packaging industry. There they are modified, right? Modified and then packaged and given out. Clear? Now, they enter through the forming phase, that is the cis phase, and after they mature, after glycosidation takes place, they come out from the trans phase. Sorry? When the lipids and the proteins, they enter the Golgi apparatus, the modifications, क्या हो रहा है modifications? It is nothing but the lipids are getting converted into glycolipids and the proteins into glycoproteins by the process of glycosidation, right? That is it. This is what happens inside of the Golgi complex. Okay? Now, the packaged substances, they come out in the form of vesicles. Clear? The vesicles can consist of your glycoproteins and glycolipids. Right? Now, talking about the vacuoles. Vacuoles, they occupy almost 90 to 95% of the space inside of the plant cells. ठीक है? Glycosidation of proteins and lipids. Packaging हम लोग समझने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, okay? Glycosidation. You can also, term it as a synthesis of glycolipids. कहाँ होगा? Golgi apparatus. Glycoproteins कहाँ होगा? Golgi apparatus. But synthesis of proteins and lipids कहाँ होगा? Endoplasmic reticulum, respectively, the RER and the SER. Clear? Don't get confused with these terms. Now, talking about vacuoles in the plant cells, 90 to 95% a mature plant cell में vacuoles will occupy the space. Again, they are nothing but the storehouse, storeroom sort of a thing. They consist of the extra, substances, extra food substances, if it's the waste substances, the dead material, everything. So, it has high concentration. The content inside of the vacuole, that is the vacuolar sap, it is high in concentration with respect to the cytoplasm. Okay? Now, the membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast. And it is a single membrane. Single membrane bound cell organelles, non-membrane bound cell organelles and double membrane bound cell organelles will be your homework to make a list of and submit it to me, okay, by tomorrow as soon as we end the lecture. So far what all we have learned, put it in the form of a list. Am I clear? Right? Vacuoles. Vacuoles का function क्या होगा? Osmoregulation. ठीक है? Osmoregulation and movement of substances inside of the vacuole takes place against the gradient. क्यों? क्योंकि साइटोप्लाज्म से जो चीज़ें वैक्यूल के अंदर जाएंगी, बेसिकली वैक्यूल के अंदर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा है, साइटोप्लाज्म में कम है, सोल्यूट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. हम लोग सोल्यूट ही देखेंगे ना when we are talking about concentration. ठीक है. So against the concentration gradient, movement of substances takes place. Now talking about lysosomes. Good. Suicidal bags. Why? Because they have the ability to engulf the foreign substances or the phagocytic substances. They're phagocytic cells. They phagocytose what? The germs or the pathogens, disease-causing organisms, and they do the lysis of them. Okay? Agar if they can digest it, they'll digest it. Why? Because of the presence of active digestive enzymes. Active proteolytic digestive enzymes. Okay? F. The germs are more in number. Okay? They can even burst. They can kill themselves in order to be able to kill the germs. Okay? And whatever they phagocytose, whatever they engulf, they'll kill or digest it due to the presence of active enzymes. We spoke about in digestion, there are proenzymes and then there are active enzymes. The difference between them is a proenzyme is inactive. It needs to be activated. Whereas the active enzymes do not need to be activated. They are already in the active state. Okay? So 40 different types of proteolytic enzymes are present, what is a rough estimation of the number. Okay? Lysosomes, vacuoles, Golgi apparatus and endoplasmic reticulum. Any doubts? Okay. In amoeba, there is presence of contractile vacuoles, right? Remember that thing, it is an important point. What is its function? Osmoregulation in amoeba. Osmoregulation, contractile vacuole. Okay? Digestive enzymes capable of digesting all the types of nutrients, carbs, proteins, fats, lipids, etc. Right? That is it for today. You people are supposed to be reading and coming the rest of the cell organelles, while winding it up as short as possible by tomorrow. Right? Any doubts in today's class?